pumping. We got a project, or I got a project car and you're helping. You got crap all over you from this bush. Yeah. Do you want to tell the viewers what it is? I'm making a YouTube video. Why not? Leave them be. There are a lot around here.
I want a pet horse.
Anyway, this is a 87 Chevy Wagon, and it may not look nice from here, but if you actually look at, ignore the door, other parts of it, it's in decent shape. And we're right now seeing if tires will hold pressure. It doesn't say anywhere what the PSI should be at, so we're taking a guess, putting it at 28, seeing as this takes 26.
Would it maybe say it on the passenger side door?
It might. What were you doing? You can actually click it.
I tried.
Uh-oh. Pull it all the way in, like toward you. There you go. It's like your truck. Is it stuck? Alright, stop. Anyway, so we figured out it's well, I said that. But it telescopes. You can tilt it. Alright, just go ahead and let go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. But River, what are you, 6'4"?
Yeah.
6'4". I don't think this is all the way back, but he has a good bit of space.
Oh, I fit this easily.
Yeah. And I'm not like some new kid. Like I'm aware that these are monsters on the road. But like I think they're 19 feet long.
19?
Yeah, I think 19. Anyway, this tire's good, I think. Can't get the cap off that tire. We got it off that one. We have all the hubcaps except for that one.
Hey Tyler.
Yeah?
It says unleaded fuel only here too.
Yeah, well, it says it on most gas caps. I just think it's funny it's on the outside of this one.
Yeah, no, like it's in like...
There's no gas cap, though. Clunk.
It says like right here above the...
Yeah.
They made sure you knew.
We're going to finish all this up and then tow it home. So, we hooked up the battery. Zoom out. There we go. Say hi.
Hi.
So the battery was dead. We hooked it up to a jump pack currently. The starter sounded pretty healthy. It was big thunk. So we're taking the fan shroud off to see if we can get the actual engine to turn, like not to crank over, but to spin. See if it'll spin. And then if it doesn't, then we're in deep shit. But if it does, that means it's either a weak starter or we just need to pour some like free up stuff down the carb so that the car can, be good.
WD-40.
Okay, I didn't record it because this has been such a big pain in the ass, but it was stuck because I don't know if I recorded it, but when we first hit the key, all you heard was a big clunk, which means the starter's working well, but your engine's not spinning. So what you want to do is label your things however you feel like you want to label them, because if you undo these, it's going to be bad because these go on your spark plugs. Pull your spark plugs off and like put in the whole something like PB Blaster, WD-40. I wouldn't know. I'd Google it first. The guy that I talked to said use PB Blaster, and I did, and it went from a completely stuck engine to this. See how much better it's rotating? This means my pistons are no longer stuck to the block. Now, if you have something like this, I don't know exactly what model, but it's a V8, and in specifically this car or the Caprice, you're going to struggle with these a lot. It took, River, 4 hours for me to get, I think it was 2 just on that side alone.
We've been taking out spark plugs for about 3 hours now, yeah.
Right. But it's getting easier to spin by hand.
The gunk is not gunketing anymore.
Right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to head inside and eat some dinner. And then when we're done, I'm going to come back out and see if I can still rotate it by hand.
So you just want to leave that like that?
Oh, yeah. Alright, you can go ahead and stop recording if you want. Hold that too. It's just recording.
So demanding.
How dare I?
I'm literally a spotlight. It's going. Yes!
This information is satisfactory.
$5 footlong? Satisfactory.
Okay, so as you just saw, now it goes woo, meaning our pistons are free, and then next we'll work on getting the spark plugs back on. Yeah, plugs back on, and hopefully I did put the label, the plugs right, not plugs, wires from the distributor. But the sad part is we had a fatality. It broke. Oh well, it happens. But I'm taking that with me to get a new one. But you can tell where I've been messing with it. Okay. Well, we're going to clean up, and then I will get back to you when it's actually daylight and I have parts and stuff like that. Hey everyone, let me quickly just go over what we've been doing. Well, mostly River had to go. But it's been a few days, and I've been slowly getting more stuff done with the wagon. For one, I pulled the point. I'm pretty sure y'all saw that, but I put them back on, got some new plugs for it, and I'm pretty sure I messed up the firing order. However, that's a later problem. I dropped the gas tank out of it. The tank actually looked pretty clean. It was just some old gas. Cleaned it out. I'm going to put that in today. Currently, the battery keeps dying because I keep, running it every once in a while just to make sure the engine's still good. But I've got some carb cleaner to pour down in it to see if I can get it just to quickly fire off, and it's making popping noises like it is, or like it's trying to fire off. So the good news is it's getting there. However, it's a slow process. And I never fully actually showed you what the car looks like. So, as you can tell, it's been sitting a while. The dash is done. Headliner's actually still intact. But, I'll flip you sideways just so y'all can... Oop. Oop, come on. Fine. Y'all are going to probably see this in a pretty small view then. Water's been leaking and stuff into it. Not terribly, but it's, it's still there. But, yeah, y'all haven't got... Oop, let me take the key out. Y'all haven't gotten a full walk around and paint. I mean, you can still tell that it's a white car. And it was a Woody station wagon. But, it's not terribly rough. All the chrome is still fully intact. And the trim is still there. The only thing I'm really missing body-wise is that rear hubcap. The windows somewhat work, but again, there's a lizard in there. Like, that's an alive lizard that has somehow sneaked into my wagon. Oh, joy, the ants are back. So excited. I've been dealing with them for a while. They were hiding in this door. Anyway, this is really the only rust on the car, and it's just kind of surface rust. It hasn't really gone through anything, which is good. It's fully intact, and put some WD-40 on these so it swivels better. But no, I'm going to ask for someone's help in just a minute, see if I can get it to just idle for a minute or two. And then I will throw the gas tank back in it. I currently have the fan shroud off. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It has 0 fluid in it. It's wet, but there's 0 fluid down there. So I'll need to redo that soon. But no, it's actually doing pretty well for something that I don't know how long it sat for. I'm pretty sure it sat over 10 years, but with how clean everything is, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't sit much longer than that. I have big news coming about this thing. On the last video I made was about this. I currently actually found someone who will trade something for it, and it'll be a big step forward in my plan later on in about a year or so. But hopefully that trade deal goes through, and then it'll also incorporate this thing if I can figure this thing out and get it running good enough in time. Anyway, I will update y'all more when I have more information. Hey everyone, quick update. Let me just explain to you how you should always, I'll say rethink how you're doing something, because I did finally find the fuel thing. I finally found the fuel line. It's this one right here, and it goes down to there. There's your fuel pump, and it goes all the way back to the end of the car. But I didn't find the second part, and I said, okay, well, I wasn't quite thinking, so I just undid this. Well, anybody who has seen a fuel line, period, knows that that was a stupid move, because it's a hard line. For those who don't know what a hard line is, it sounds exactly like it is. It is a metal hard line. And it's a tube, it's a pipe, and it sends whatever it needs. It may be brakes, it may be fuel, whatever. But in my grand genius, I decided to just keep twisting, and I broke it. I welded it shut because I'm such a genius. But in order to make a quick fix, this isn't a permanent fix by any means, mostly because it's a PVC pipe. But I got a few hose clamps, some pipe, to just make sure I'm getting fuel and stuff to the carburetor. So that's what's happening. Again, let me say this again. This is not a permanent fix. Do not do this for, indefinitely, because the gas and the heat will eat through that PVC, and then you're going to have gas all over your engine, which is hot. And if you don't know, hot and fuel make boom. That's how an engine works. So don't do that. I'm just going to do it to make sure I get fuel. Also, that is a very grody and gunked up fuel filter. So that's another big issue is that. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. I'm going to actually sawzall this off. Actually, I'm going to move this tube first, then sawzall it off, and then wire it back up to this. I'm going to drill this out with just a standard drill and fix it. Well, not fix it, rig it up so that it will hopefully work. But I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done.